Mike, got a question for you. So, with Thanksgiving looming, do you and your family do anything specific, like tradition-wise, that is unique to maybe just you or to your heritage or whatever? Or is it just kind
Uh,
of whitewashed?
no, it's not whitewash. It's definitely there's Arabic food usually together with turkey, ham, basically like that.
Do you do
There's
a
always
mix?
mixed.
Okay. Just
Why?
curious, because I was just thinking, because I've had a few Thanksgiving where we've had like baked ziti and stuff like that for the Italian in me, and I'm like, oh, this is cool, unique. And then with like Elisa's family, it's all just Filipino food. We don't really even do any turkey or anything like that. So might be doing two Thanksgivings this year, so I'm gonna see what's on the menu for both. But I know we've talked about this, I'm sure, in years past, but I know you're not a mac and cheese guy. But what's your go-to side for Thanksgiving?
Mm, definitely the green beans.
Green bean casserole?
Green bean casserole. Yeah.
I make a mean green bean casserole. I love green bean casserole, so I'm glad you said that. I'm not making them this year, but I think I'm making Brussels sprouts instead. But
Which,
yeah.
by the way, let's just mention it now. We will not be recording next week.
Oh, that
Just
was going to
because
be
of
my segue. Yes,
oh,
this
okay.
is an episode that will span 2 weeks. We are taking Thanksgiving week off. Just need a little breather. I think you said you're traveling, right?
Correct. I'll be visiting my in-laws this upcoming Saturday for a week in Michigan. So
Perfect, perfect. So, yes, you will have to be stuck with just one episode in the 2 week span. Episode 120 of Dimes on Duval, presented by Nerdy Nuts. He's Mike Yashji. I'm Keith Manzi. Skylar unable to join us this week, but he has some notes for us that we will go over when we start talking Florida Gator football. Let's just get the BS out of the way, I guess, so to speak, with the Florida State Seminoles, a bye week. I'm sure you saw the memes of us losing to the bye week, which were actually hilarious. I was dying at that.
the Mike Norvell one was great.
It's like 36-6, and we're losing to the
I'm
bye
literally pulling it
week.
up right now to see if I can. 36
So
to
bad.
7 bye week.
36-7. Oh, sorry, we got the extra point. Thank you, Fitzgerald. Oh Lord, yeah. No, I mean it's at the point where we just have to laugh at ourselves because it has just been the worst season of all time. And probably one of the worst seasons of all time for our opponent this coming weekend, as the Charleston Southern Buccaneers are 1-10 on the season, one more loss than we have. They are a bad football team. Their one win is against Furman, which was actually on the road, so they have not won a home game. Or this is their last game against FSU. So no home wins for Charleston Southern this season, and I don't know, man. I just hope we go out there and do what it looks like in the beginning of the year when you have a young quarterback, where they come in, maybe struggle the first series, but then they get their rhythm going and then we win and it's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a team we're supposed to beat." I'm not expecting an Idaho 80-point beatdown, but I am expecting, gosh, maybe 30 points. Can we get 30 points, Mike?
So it's funny you say 30 points is your line. The sports book, like all across the country, whatever I saw, and I don't know if this is true because I've seen this on I haven't seen it on FanDuel yet, like Hard Rock, nothing like that. But
Hmm.
apparently the Knowles are 33.5 point favorites against Charleston Southern. We have not scored 21 points all year. So, or more than 21 all year. So,
Yeah.
do I think we win? Yes. Should we win? Yes. Do we cover? No clue because we can't score 22 points, let alone 34 to
Yeah.
cover a possible shutout. So I don't even know how I'm going to watch this game. I'm going to be flying in the middle of it probably, but it is what it is. I don't care. It's on ACC Network Extra. I'm pretty sure you have to pay to watch this game. So I'm pretty sure the diehards, like the ones who are dedicated to a team, I mean, we're dedicated, but like that's extreme. I'm not paying to watch my team possibly lose to Charleston frickin' Southern.
I'm with you there, man. Oh, geez. Yeah,
The fact
that's.
that we're almost five touchdown favorites is wild.
Charleston Southern must be like what was the name of the high school that they did the fake high school that
Oh,
had
Bishop's no,
Bishop
Sycamore.
Sycamore.
Something, yeah,
Bishop
Sycamore,
Sycamore.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be something like that. They must be trotting out with like mismatched uniforms or something. I don't know. Bad season for Southern, but also bad season for us. So enough of that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Let's get into the Florida Gators upsetting the 22 ranked LSU Tigers at home. 20 to 27 to 16 your final score. I'll say it right now, and I think Skylar said it in the chat. I went back and looked through the records through the 3 years that Billy Napier's been the quarterback. He said he thinks it's the best win in the Napier era. You could maybe argue last year Tennessee in
Yeah,
the
I was gonna say
29 to
that
16.
one was a good game for them, and this one was actually impressive. I'm not gonna deny it. Like this was a
Absolutely,
very good win.
absolutely. That was a good one. 29 to 16 was the final in that one, and 27 to 16 is your final in this one. DJ Lagway is that guy. I mean, if he can stay healthy, he's the quarterback of the future for Florida. And I don't know, man. It's crazy to see. Like they're gonna be bowl eligible because they're gonna beat us. They're gonna get that sixth win, and Billy Napier's coming back next year. Do we? I mean, as Florida State fans, we've lost some recruits now because we fired our guys and stuff like that, and they flipped over to Florida. Are we looking at a Florida team that has maybe three losses next year, or do you think they have a drastic improvement, or do you think it's still Billy Napier and they'll still kind of ride the median?
It's interesting because I do think that Napier has done a pretty decent job this year, given the injuries on the team, given the schedule. Like they've gotten some wins I did not think they were gonna get. Kentucky, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Kentucky was gonna win.
Yeah.
I definitely thought LSU was gonna win. Those are two wins right there. So they're gonna go bowling more than likely, unless a wouldn't it be hilarious moment, but I just don't see it happening. But
No, no.
you never know. I mean, going next year, they've got a little bit of a difficult schedule. Now they don't, I mean, it's kind of very similar to this year. They've got USF at home at Miami, Florida A&M, Florida Georgia here in Jacksonville, Florida State at home, Mississippi State, Tennessee, and Texas all at home. At Kentucky, at LSU, at Ole Miss, at Texas A&M. A little brutal of a schedule. Now, depending on the timing and stuff, going into the year,
Sure.
we going into this year, I thought they would go 0 and 5 in November. Very good chance that there were five top 10 teams, top 12 teams, whatever it was. And obviously, that's why they play the games because Florida State is a disaster. You have Georgia, who doesn't look as good, but they still managed to beat Florida. Texas, who had a backup quarterback play against them.
Yeah.
So it's just it things happen. And Florida's gone past my expectations. I did not think they'd get the 5 wins. I think they just cashed their win total. Their win total is 4.5 or 5.5 around, depends on when you got it. So good for Florida. I think Napier definitely deserves another year. Now we'll see. I think the recruiting is going to be interesting. They just flipped Tramel Jones from Florida State to Florida. He's a backup probably to Lagway, obviously, but you need to prepare for the future because
Yeah.
if Lagway has a good year next year, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lagway's a true freshman, right? Now,
Yes.
so he's still got 2 more years. So Tramel will be learning under Lagway for 2 years, and maybe he'll take over, and Lagway goes to the NFL. You never know. So I think Napier's earned his job for next year. Now we'll see about 2026, but I definitely think he's guaranteed next year. And I know people were talking about like, oh, we'll see come January. Like, do they have a new AD? Do they just make the move and fire Napier?
Right.
We'll see. I think he's going to stay till next year, and I think it's going to be an interesting time next year because the SEC is going to have quite a bit of parity. I think next going into next year because they've been parity this year, and there's a chance there's a 7-way tie at the top. So
Yeah.
will Florida be a part of that next year? I don't know. But I don't think they're in the bottom dwellers as like I thought they would be this year.
No, no. I mean, I think them and South Carolina are two teams that are on the rise that Probably a lot of people didn't think so. I think Skylar said it best here in his notes here. He said, how we play versus Ole Miss could set a tone for the way next season goes. And I like that thought because, now you're going into this game thinking, okay, we could clinch a bowl here. We've already beat a ranked team. We can knock Ole Miss out of any sort of playoff contention hopes. I mean, they're 8-2, 4-2 in the SEC. It's going to be a tough game, but it's at home, and I think that is the biggest advantage that Florida could have because their home field advantage is legitimate, and I think that even though they might not have had all the results they wanted this year, that home crowd still hasn't wavered. So 12 p.m. on ABC, 11:23 this Saturday. So check out that game. It's going to be a huge game. And then, of course, well, since we won't be recording, we do they beat us by 20? Or is it
Yes.
like rivalry and it's closer? Because remember last year,
No, no. Do you see what happened with the Florida State Miami game? There's no, this team doesn't care. They're done.
yeah,
So no, Florida State, I expect to get throttled by Florida in 2 weeks. And I'm so sick of this primetime crap, man. I don't want to watch this and get blown out again. I'm so tired. I mean, we're gonna get blown out, but primetime, really? Like,
stupid.
why? Put us at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, call it a day. We don't need to be on 7 p.m. Hopefully, I'll be my wife's cousin's house that night, so I don't have to watch the game. But they're UF fans, so maybe I'll have to be forced to watch it. So,
Well, speaking of not caring, the Jacksonville Jaguars, 52-6 your final score in Detroit. The Lions did everything right, nothing wrong. Um,
they went 7 straight drives with 7 touchdowns. I was
and the
listening to
eighth one was
Hacker.
a field goal with their backup quarterback.
I was listening to Hackery last night on the drive home from my
I'm
parents'
so
house.
sorry.
No, actually, I'm gonna say this. I'm not a big fan of Hacker, but he literally said he couldn't do worse. We couldn't do worse as fans, as the defensive coordinator, than someone who's being paid whatever amount of money to allow 7 touchdowns in 7 drives.
Yeah.
Like, what are I keep saying, what are we doing here? That was literally the episode's title last week. It is currently 5:26 on November 19th, 2024. And currently Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson are still employed members of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't get it. And I'm really hoping that we get breaking news during the show because I'm just in shock that these two morons are still in charge of this organization. Like, it's inexcusable to me that we had that embarrassing performance. Like, my father-in-law literally told me the other day, "Good luck tomorrow," talking about the game on Sunday. I'm like, "Oh, I want you guys to blow us out because I want everyone gone." Like, this is an embarrassment.
Everyone I've talked to, all my friends that, I was talking to during the game, people on social media were all just in comments or text or whatever saying, good, good. I'm glad we're getting killed. This is the nail in the coffin. And Shad Khan's going to go, you're fired. But he didn't. We thought Monday, of course, naturally. No. We thought today, Tuesday, as we're recording this, it would happen in the morning. No. I don't understand the thought process. I really don't.
I,
No wins on the road, 2 wins overall against bad teams. No defensive direction, no offensive direction. Your quarterback is out. Anybody that said, give me Mac Jones playing time can see, yeah, that wasn't the right call. ETN forgot how to run the football. I don't know if there's even anything. I think the only positive thing you can say, and this is just digging deep, is that Trayvon has still looked solid. And I'm trying to think of another one. Can you think of another
so
one?
no, there's no positive. Oh yes, Cam Little and not Brian Anger. I almost said Brian Anger. Logan Cook.
Logan Cook, yeah.
So this is you brought up Mac Jones. This is a tweet from John Shipley.
Mhm.
The Jaguars' offense in the last 8 quarters without Trevor Lawrence: 20 first downs, 313 total yards, 3.4 yards per play, 216 passing yards, and 13 points. The Lions at halftime on Sunday: 19 first downs, 306 total yards, 9 yards of play, 205 passing yards, and 28 points.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
an insane statistic. And I don't understand how this team, I don't know. Everyone's fandom loyalty is getting really tested right now. Shad Khan has not said anything, which is mind-blowing. You get the worst loss in franchise history. Worse than when we were an expansion team with 2 wins, 3 wins, whatever we were. Worse than the team we were 1-15.
Yeah.
Like this is the third. We're on track again. I mean, after last week, I think we're probably going to be the number 1 pick. The third time in 5 years under Trent Baalke and 4 under Doug Peterson. I just don't get it.
We have
And
no
his
vision.
comments, his post game comment, or I'm sorry, his presser on Monday.
He doesn't give a crap at all. He's like a teacher the day before Christmas break or something. He's just like, I'm just here so I don't get fired. And he's just gonna just sit there. He's gonna sigh. He's gonna take 20 minutes to think of an answer. Dude has no desire to be here anymore. Crazy how night and day this is from, a couple years ago when we're talking about, oh, look at him bringing ice cream into the facility. Such a great guy, so fun. No, fuck this guy. I
I
hope
actually
someone
forgot
puts
about
like
the ice cream
poison
thing.
in his ice cream or something.
I actually forgot about the ice cream thing. And the thing is
Yeah.
that pisses me off, the Jets, they fired Saleh a few weeks ago. Whatever. They
Mhm.
just fired their general manager today.
Yep.
Did you see the I want to see the tweet that who was it? Was it let me find the tweet by I think it was Rappaport. But he tweeted at 3-8 with a team that Johnson, the Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets,
Right.
said is, quote, one of the most talented ever. So it's kind of I think it's a little dig at what Shad Khan said as well
Mm-hmm.
about the Jaguars, and they are
Mm-hmm.
2-9. So kind of funny, and yet I wish sometimes we had a team owner that meddles and interferes a little bit.
A little more
Shad's being
hands-on.
too,
Yeah.
yeah, a little hands on. Shad's too hands off, and it's kind of pissing me off.
It goes to the same vein of the people that want Bill Belichick. You bring Bill Belichick in, and he's gonna have the keys to everything. That just shows how hands-off Shad is. If he wanted to be more hands-on, he wouldn't hire someone like Bill Belichick. He would hire, I don't know, a Ben Johnson or something like that, and then bring in some people to like be
There
helpful.
needs to be and this goes back, the 2017 model was right, but it wasn't the right people, which is okay.
Right.
You need an executive president to be in charge. Have the general manager report to him, and then have
Mm.
him or her report to Shad. Like
Yeah.
it's just that simple. You don't need to have everyone report to the general manager. There's a reason why there's hierarchies and checks and balances and stuff. Like you can't have like no way would a EVP give 50 million, 60 million to Eric Armstead like that. Like what we're just screwing ourselves and we are on the verge of about to be wasting, and I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence has deserved this contract, whatnot, whatever. He's our franchise quarterback. We're wasting this. Like this is our chance to take advantage and we didn't. And we screwed up and the fans are getting the most suffering out of all this.
100%. Yeah, I could not have said it better myself. It's terrible. You mentioned Eric Armstead. I know he went down. I don't know if he's out or not.
Whatever, he's useless. Gabe
Yeah.
Davis tore his meniscus. Great.
Yeah.
Not another
He's
receiver.
on IR. Mason
You think
Smith's
Trevor
still
Lawrence is
on.
coming back? No.
I
I
said
think
if
he's
they
not for the
fired
I think he's
the
not coming
crew,
back at
he
all.
would have, but
I think
no.
there's no point for him to come back. Your receivers are gone. Your running backs suck. Your tight end's your only good thing, and that's Evan Ingram. Like Brian Thomas and Evan Ingram are the only good bright spots on this offense. Mac Jones isn't. Mitch Morse. Oh, speaking of Mitch Morse, the funniest thing is he got poked in the eye and he
Yeah.
left the game. I'm like, oh, I wish we could just not watch the game. You can just watch from the sidelines.
Was it you that tweeted the bleach meme?
Yes. When pouring bleach in the eyes, yes. SpongeBob, yeah,
Yeah.
that was me.
Yeah. Tyson
Skylar
Campbell went out with a shoulder injury. I mean,
Skylar put it perfectly in our group text. I'd rather eat a Twinkie filled with shattered glass than to watch that again.
it's poetry. Honestly, it's I hate that you all, as the listeners here, thank you for listening, by the way. We're just so negative, and I don't know how to not be negative right now. It's we're
He's
at the
been
bottom of
listening.
the barrel.
He's been talking to me too much.
Yeah, it's weird. Skylar, the budding positivity. We still have 6 games left, Mike.
Okay, I have an exercise for you.
Let's do it.
What's our final record? Or what's our record down the stretch
So
in the
let's
six
see. We got
games?
6 games left. You have the Texans at home. I say we lose that game. On the road at the Titans. Let's see. What was the Titans game? Oh, this is our first time playing the Titans this year.
Correct.
Well, then I say we split the Titans because that's just what we do. So I don't know if we're going to win on the road or not. We'll somehow, I don't know. It's not even Levis anymore, is it?
Yeah, Levis is the quarterback.
Oh, he's still okay. I thought they benched him for a little bit. No, Daniel Jones just got a bench. Sorry. Okay, so we'll split that. So that's one win. This is a pretty favorable stretch if we're gonna get some wins, but we're just so dysfunctional. I mean, like the Jets are the most dysfunctional team besides us in the league.
I
Nah,
mean, this is literally the chance if the Jags are going to go 8-9, you can go 6-0 now. But like, I don't
Texans,
see us
Titans
scoring.
twice, Jets, Raiders, and then Colts to end the season.
I don't see us scoring more than 15 points with Mac Jones at quarterback. With Trevor Lawrence, different story. But Mac
Yeah,
Jones at quarterback, you're not scoring more than 10 points. You're not.
I think the reason I say we beat the Titans is because of some sort of defensive touchdown somehow. Somehow. It's
Defense
like
is awful
I
too.
I know, but you can get a Trayvon scoop and score.
Throwback
Come
to
on.
2017,
I'm trying to shed a little
2022.
light.
There is no light, bro.
I know.
This is this
We're an
a pit
ink
of
bottle in a
misery.
coal mine.
We're in a black hole right now. We're not getting out of this.
Well, that's a vacuum. No light. There
Jags are
you
gonna go
go.
1-5 down the stretch. They're gonna end up 3-14. And the
Yeah.
one win is gonna be the Colts in week 18 because we're gonna screw up with number one pick.
Damn it, Mike. Damn it. Let me look at the. I was trying to pull up the standings.
Oh, I got it for the draft order. The
Oh, I
number
know
one
you already
pick,
got it pulled up. So you
number
got in the
one.
league.
Yep.
We are 2-9. Jets are 2-8. Vegas is 2-8. Tennessee's 2-8. Oh my God, there's too many 2-8 teams. Cleveland as well. Yeah, we're definitely screwing that up. Where's Indy? 5-6. Oof.
Yeah.
We have not the worst point differential in the league, though. That goes to Carolina.
Yeah. Well.
But they have 3 wins and we only have two. So, oh man, Mike, I'm just
We have
so
the worst differential in the AFC.
yeah, in the AFC, yeah. There's
And
only three
Carolina
teams
has th
over 100.
how the hell does Carolina have 100 and a negative 143 point differential and yet they have 3 wins?
Didn't they lose one game by like 40 or something like
They
that?
lost 47-10 week one, and they lost in week
36 to 10, 40
they
to
lost
7.
40-7, yeah. But they've won two straight. Like they're
Yeah, against a Saints team that's more injured than I think any team in the NFL, and a Giants team that just benched their starter that they paid way too much money for.
yeah.
They'll get
So
humbled by the Chiefs this week.
yep. I mean
Well,
their schedule is brutal down the stretch. You got Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Philly, Dallas. Well, Dallas is whatever.
yeah, no,
Arizona,
just as
Tampa
bad.
Bay, and Atlanta. You got six playoff teams right there. Good luck, Carolina. But still, you might still have more wins than Jacksonville.
You know what? On a positive sports note, because we have to end on something positive, or I might just jump out my window. The Orlando Magic have won 6 straight, Mike Yashi. We are 9-6, first in the division, third in the conference, Franz
Well,
Wagner has
the
become elite.
the conference comment is whatever because the East is booty, but it's okay.
Hey, still third as of right now.
Yep.
Oh man, it's funny the streaks that we do to ourselves. After losing one, two, three, four, five in a row, we go on a 6 game tear, playing the Clippers tomorrow.
To be fair, the five losses in a row were right after Paolo's injury, and I think they were just trying to adjust, find the right
Oh,
way of
100%.
playing.
But
And
hey Mike, this is something called good coaching. Jamal Mosley came out and said this, he's the head coach for the Magic, for those of you that do not know. He comes out and says, we're taking every game one at a time. It doesn't matter how many we lose in a row. Once we flip that switch, we're going to go the other direction and we're going to win more in a row. And look what happened. They've done exactly that. Franz Wagner has become just lights out in the absence of Paolo. Anthony Black has had a great game last night, 20 points and 9 assists, his career high. Point guard of the future, in my opinion. We've had some struggles from some of the other guys, like KCP hasn't really met the standard that we thought he would be, but I'm satisfied with where we're at right now. I got to catch a game this year. Lisa's already talked about that, so I'm looking to see whenever they have their deal nights again and see if we can go. We'll say though, pretty miffed about them flexing out our primetime game against the Knicks.
yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Tuesday, December 3rd, we were supposed to be on, whatever, TNT or whatever. Flex it out for the Mavs and someone else when right now us and the Knicks are both 2-0 in the Emirates Cup or whatever it's called in-season tournament. And that would have been a great game to watch. But they saw us go on that little losing streak and they're like, you know what? Nah, screw these guys. We're going to take away their few televised games. So just
They'll
glad to
regret
see
it.
that. Go ahead.
They'll regret it. We'll be on TV
Oh, yeah.
down the stretch a lot more and definitely in the playoffs.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Paolo,
do you think he comes back before Christmas?
that's what he said. He said, I'm not a doctor, but he says the way he's feeling, he feels like he could be back around Christmas, is what he said.
I wait till the new year. If you're playing good, if you're still, let's say, above
If
500,
you're
wait
winning
till
like this,
Christmas.
100%. Keep him on the
Take your
shelf a
time.
little longer. Same with Wendell. Plantar fasciitis is not something just to like, oh yeah, you're fine, come back. That's gonna nag him for the rest of his life. Sit out. Goga Batadze has been excellent in his absence. Everyone, not everyone, a lot of Magic Twitter are all like, don't bring back Wendell. We want Goga as our guy of the future, that kind of stuff. But hey, I like that. That's healthy to me. We want to put out the best, and that might motivate Wendell to play even better. So I don't know. That's the positive I wanted to end on because we're chill guys.
It's literally the only bright spot we have
It
right now.
is. It is. Another bright spot for all of you hungry people. Nerdy Nuts has just announced another collaboration with a certain TV show where every episode starts with, oh man, what is it? Oh man, I just missed the reference. Whoops. The
Let
one
me
where I think it's like that. Uh, does that help you?
let me pull up the ah yes, I know. I just looked it
The
up.
one where or blah blah blah, something happens. So this
Yeah.
is the episode, the one
Where
where,
two people were on a break or not.
yeah, 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 yeah. Pivot, stuff like that. I hope you're getting these references. We can't technically say the name of the partnership due to licensing and stuff like that. Seems
We
kind of
can't,
corny,
even
but
though they
whatever.
said it.
They can, and if you sign an agreement and stuff like that, we don't
Oh,
have the agreement and
mm,
stuff. So anyway, they've got new flavors corresponding with that TV show that was on during the
that's
90s and
funny.
2000s. And you should go shop now or wait till Black Friday. They have not announced the Black Friday deal yet, but be on the lookout for some deals on Black Friday. And of course, use our promo code DIMES10, DIMES 10, the number 10, to get 10% off your Nerdy Nuts purchase. And yes, Mike is showing me the Little Red Riding Hood lamb or something like that they have in their shop right now. Believe they've been doing a deal for the last
It looks a
couple
little
weeks.
creepy to me, but yeah. Buy 2 jars and you
Yeah.
add the Lambie to your cart and you get her free. So
Yeah, so I appreciate there's been
Interesting.
2 people in the last week that have actually taken advantage of that deal. I saw it on our little up promote thing, and I appreciate those people using our promo code. And I hope they enjoy their little Red Riding Lamb stuffy and continue to purchase from us. So I think that's it. I know, Mike, you're going to end with your draft pick for the Jaguars. I almost forgot the team name. We were so bad. Just a reminder for those of you that do not know, Mike will be picking a draft pick each week for the Jaguars, potentially to take next season. So far, we have Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan, Mason Graham, defensive line, also from Michigan. And Mike, you ready?
I'm gonna give 2 since we will
You're
not
going to
be
give
here
2?
next
All right,
week.
well, thank you for listening to Dimes on Duval, presented by Nerdy Nuts. Mike, go ahead, take it away.
All right, Travis Hunter, cornerback / wide receiver from Colorado. He probably will play one of those positions, but we'll see. And the other pick will be Will Campbell, offensive tackle, LSU.
There you have it. Offensive tackle from LSU. That's going to do it. Appreciate you all for listening. Everyone, please have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Mike, be safe up in Michigan, and we appreciate you coming on here today. Skylar will be on the next episode. We will be transitioning to Monday nights very soon. We will keep you updated on that as well. So if you don't follow us on social, go ahead and give us a follow, and we'll catch you on the next episode.